So here we are, back at the same place we started at in January. This is the last of the Etape Tour training program videos, and it's really unfortunate I'm busy at the moment. I don't have a massive amount of time to do a fancy video of loads of drone shots and all that, so I'll just come straight to the point and give my final top 10 tips for the big event in a few weeks time. And starting at number 10, but actually not the least important, is tapering. Now this is really the time I would say that you can start to taper off. Hopefully you've done all the training you need to, and if you haven't, going crazy now is not the solution. It's not going to work, so there's no point doing that. And you really just want to start to taper off a bit, which means fit 1 or 2 days into the week where you're doing nothing, perhaps even 3, and the days when you go out, keep it easy. Don't do any massive rides. I mean, between now and the Etape, maybe fit in one more decent, really quite long ride, so 3, 4, 5 hours, but no more than that. Keep it reasonably easy, but still keep the body memory of doing some fast little sections, so a couple of minutes at high intensity, just to keep the heart rate up, keep the whole the tempo high, but just short little pieces so that you don't get too tired. And as you get closer and closer to the big day, taper off that little bit more so that you're really raring to go and fresh when the day comes. Number 9 would be what to carry on the race. So I would say you should have 2 bottles, one bottle which is an energy drink of some kind, if pick the one that you like best, and the other bottle to just be normal water, because you can get a bit sick of that sweetness, and it's great to be able to have just fresh normal water to kind of rinse your mouth out and have that kind of break from all the sweet stuff. So that's that. Number 8, if you don't have a cadence meter on your bike, and you haven't been training to cadence, it's not a big problem, but one little thing that you can do beforehand is, with the counting method, is find out where 100 cadence is for you, or pick the cadence that's working for you. If you like 90, if you like 100, pick that and then time it so that you know that in third gear at 20 kilometers an hour you're doing 100 cadence. And then even if you haven't got a cadence meter, just if you're climbing, you look at what gear you're in, you look at your speed, and you can judge roughly what kind of cadence you're at immediately without counting, and that can be quite useful. Number 7 would be hydration. So make sure that you are drinking plenty the night before, plenty in the morning as well of the race, and sip water pretty much the whole time you're sitting there on the start line to keep yourself well hydrated. Which brings me on to the next one, which is number 6, which is what do you do in that hour or so that you're waiting at the start line, because you're there quite a long time. You may need to go to the loo. What should you be actually ingesting? So yeah, I mean, if you can nip out and go to the loo somewhere, it's not easy, but if you get a mate to hold your bike, you can pop off into the bushes, have a wee and get that out of the way, because it's always a pain if you have to try and do it later. And you could maybe eat an energy bar or a gel, get some caffeine in, perhaps in the half hour before you go. It takes about half an hour to have its effects, so that'll be doing something by the time you actually go. Number 5 would be to, on the day before, put a little sticker on your frame, just a bit of basic information about the ride. I would say the crucial things to have on there are where the 2 cols start, at what kilometre distance do they start at. You could put on perhaps the percentage, but I mean the key thing is just to have a rough idea of when the cols are coming. That's quite handy to have that information there. So unless you can commit it to memory, but otherwise just put a little sticker on with the key points that you want to know, just here on your frame. choosing the right group. That's important. I mean, depending on where you're starting, you might be up in the first or second SAS, or as the French call it, or back maybe the 10th or 11th. So the speed of the people you go with is gonna vary. But if you find that the people you're with are going out too fast, don't kill yourself to stay with them. It's worth a bit of effort to hang on with them, but not too much. So if they're going a bit crazy, it's a bit too fast for you, just hang back a little bit. Don't be afraid of riding on your own, because there will be very soon more riders coming up to join you. So it won't take long at all to join another group, and that might be a bit more your pace. And by the same token, if you find yourself in a group that's a bit too slow, it's worth that effort to push across, especially if you can see a group or some other riders in the distance. Push across to join them, and you might find that the new, slightly higher tempo is more to your taste. So just get comfortable with the riders around you and find a speed that suits you. Alcohol the night before, it's a contentious point. Obviously, for sure, not too much at all. But a lot of people have nerves the night before. They don't sleep that well, and personally, I find one small beer, maybe two, helps just relax me off and puts me to sleep quite nicely. It's not really going to do that much damage to you for the next day. So enjoy it. Which brings me on to the key one, really, the final one, which is enjoy it. If forget everything that's gone before, all the other tips, the real big one is just enjoy it. I mean, you don't need to put in some mega performance. You don't, as long as you finish it and you're happy and it's been an achievement for you and it's been a great ride, then that's all you need to know. The whole cadences and speeds and caffeine and all the rest of it, it means nothing if you haven't enjoyed it. So that's really the main thing. Don't forget to look around at the scenery. It's a great event, and just have fun. So I hope these series have been useful. I hope maybe there's a few little things that people can pick up on, so have a good ride, and we'll see you on the start line.